The silent river otters. The river had once been alive with sound. Children's laughter bounced from its banks. Fishermen sang as they pulled in nets, and at dusk the otters would play, slipping in and out of the water, whistling and chirping as though telling jokes only they understood. But over time, the river grew sick. Factories rose along its edge, spilling waste that curled across the surface in oily rainbows. The fish thinned, reeds yellowed, and the laughter of children grew scarce. And the otters fell silent. They did not vanish. No, they still swam, their sleek heads surfacing at dawn. But their voices were gone. They hunted in silence, mated in silence, raised pups in silence. Only their dark eyes spoke, watching the humans who walked past the river without listening. An old fisherman named Matteo noticed first. He had grown up beside the river, his childhood marked by the sound of the otters' chatter. When he cast his nets now, he missed their chorus. One evening, he knelt by the bank whispering, "Why do you no longer sing?" The otters only watched. Their whiskers dripped with poisoned water, their silence heavier than words. Years passed. The city forgot the river, except as a sewer that carried its refuse away. But Matteo could not forget. He told his granddaughter stories of the days when the otters were the river's musicians, when their voices meant the water was clean and life was plenty. The girl, young and stubborn, began to ask questions. If they sang before, can't they sing again? Matteo shook his head. Not until the river breathes. The child grew, and her questions grew sharper. She wrote letters, stood in council halls, and planted reeds with her own hands. Neighbors laughed at her, calling it foolish work, but slowly, the water began to clear. Small fish returned, darting silver through the shallows. One spring morning, when mist curled above the surface, the girl, now a woman, walked with Matteo to the bank. The otters rose, sleek and shining, their eyes catching the dawn. For a long moment they only watched, their silence as deep as the river itself. Then one gave a soft chirrup, another whistled in reply. Soon the air was alive again, their voices sharp, playful, unafraid. Matteo wept. The woman laughed through tears. The otters dove and rose, their songs carrying across the city. Some say that night the people dreamed of rivers they had forgotten, rivers yet to be saved. Some awoke with new resolve, others ignored it. But the otters did not care for human promises. They cared only for water that lived, fish that swam, and a river that could hold their voices once more. And so they sang, loud and unbroken, as though they had never been silent at all.